On the 4th of September 2024, His Excellency the Governor of Abure State, Alex Oti, organized a conference where major stakeholders of the Labour Party, including the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, was present, and it was resolved that Mrs. Nenadi Usman should take over from the current National Chairman, Barrister Julius Abure.
It ended negatively against us. And Supreme Court pronounces that, like we know, that the tenure of that National Working Committee ended in June 2024. The implication is that every action that they have taken from that June until the day the matter is decided in the Supreme Court will be null and void.
In another meeting held today, 4th of September 2024, National Chairman Barrister Julius Abure at the National Headquarters of Abuja, he made a speech which he titled "The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born in Nigeria." The embattled chairman states that the party was built on the back of honest Nigerians who believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow, and called on the members of the party to stand firm, and that this is not the time of betrayal but to stand firm and resolute. The National Executive Council of the party resolved that His Excellency Alex Oti, who convened the meeting on the 4th of September in Abia State, do not have the power within the party's constitution to hold such meetings. Let me allow you to watch the full speech made by His Excellency Mr. Alex Oti, where Mrs. Nenadi Usman was made the chairman caretaker committee of the Labour Party. Let me bring to you the conference that was held in Abia State on the 4th of September. In attendance were major stakeholders of the party, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, Rose Rival, the past gubernatorial candidate of Lagos State, and other dignitaries. Let me leave you with the rest of the story.
The implication is that every action that they have taken from that June until the day the matter is decided in the Supreme Court will be null and void. Some of you who are looking at contesting election, maybe by then they would have done primaries, submitted them. You will find that you will not be a candidate. And I'm not saying something strange. It had happened in Rivers State. For those of you who were here in 2019, it had happened in Zamfara and a few other states. Plateau. So, our people say that a battle that is foretold will not consume even the land, because you know it will happen. And of course, there are about 5 off-season or off-cycle elections that should happen any moment from now, including that of Anambra Senatorial District, where our brother Ifeanyi Ubah unfortunately left. Because INEC does not recognize the working committee, national working committee that existed. If they conducted primaries and selected candidates, they will not list those candidates in those off-cycle elections. You don't need to take my word for it. A few weeks ago, INEC called a meeting of chairmen of political parties. Our Barrister Abure went uninvited, and they excused him from that meeting. Just last Friday, another meeting held involving all the political parties. We were not even invited. I also have it on good authority that our party agents for the forthcoming Edo and Ondo governorship elections in November, who we are selected or nominated by the same working committee, that the document had been trashed. So as we speak, we do not have agents for those elections that will happen in about 2 months' time. Okay, so we don't have agents. So, and I sat down and I consulted my leader. And I said, we can't sit down and let our party go to the dogs. And we consulted lawyers, people who are fast in INEC matters and in political party matters. We are lucky to have Senator Victor here, who is a veteran chairman of a political party, which of course was the most litigious political party in Nigeria. So we consulted and we said the best way to do it will be for us as owners of the party to sit down. You can claim leadership of the party, but once owners come together and they don't agree with you, you are gone. So, and I must also say that before this time, I had engaged with the leadership of the National Working Committee to explain all these issues to them. So for me and for a lot of us that are here, we need to save our party. How do we save our party? We are not here to dissolve anybody. If by exclusion of time, your leadership has been rendered comatose, impotent, then you do not exist. So what we are here to do is to define a way forward. My engagement with people who know better than I do is that since INEC does not recognize the leadership, which I believe is right, because I've seen documents to the effect that an agreement signed by all the parties, including the Barrister Abure, that the party should organize an all-encompassing and all parties, all interests congresses starting from the ward through the local government to the state, which will in turn lead to a national convention. I did tell the people who are fighting when they organized a convention in Navy, I did ask who the delegates were and how they emerged. And that question has not been answered. So on the basis of that, it is very clear that things were not done right. So let us not move sheepishly into a hole that we know exists. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that is the essence of this meeting. It is my understanding that will be very swift and define a direction forward. I know I do have another time to speak, but I wanted to say everything that I wanted to say here, so I don't need to come back again. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you once again for coming. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for all the support. For us in Abia, it's all about governance, good governance. If you follow us, you will find that whatever is not right, we will not do it. That's our watchword. Is it right? Is that the way to go? Labour Party, just like elsewhere, should actually lead the way.